Hey guys, what's up? Just gonna give you guys a quick little update here. We've had a CME and we got a solar storm coming. So let's take a look at it. All right. Um, Thanks for stopping in. I know it's kind of an odd time for me to be streaming, but here I am. So anyway, guys, we've had quite a few flares here, and you know that's but really close to M class flares. They're not huge, but they are starting to become a little bit more active right now. So we should be paying attention to it. And yeah, as Anna said, hey, what's up, Tommy? And as she said there, we got to be looking at the hurricanes. When you get solar flares right over top of hurricanes, it definitely intensifies them. It's very easy to see. Lots of earthquakes too, guys. Had another big earthquake hit Mexico today. It is related to the previous big one, but it's not an aftershock. It's its own earthquake. So, but anyway, yeah, guys, M class, and we've had some. Let's see here, CMEs pop off with them. Okay, so if we go over here to seeds, I'll show you what's going on here. We'll start on the 21st, and as you can see, the sun's been pretty active, right? But it hasn't really been firing a whole lot at us. And I've kind of been talking about that a little bit. Earth facing quiet, in my opinion, kind of is a real thing. I'm seeing it more and more often as these things get in front of us. What do? We tend to look at these things and it's like they quit blowing CMEs unless they're like not right in front of us. So yeah. But again, like I said over on Marf's show last night, guys, yeah, go check out Marf too, guys. Marf Fugel. You guys got, if you guys don't know, I'm sure most of you guys are already over there. But Marf Fugel TV and Marf Fugel News, please go over there and check them out. It's just, yeah, awesome people. I was on there last night as a guest, and it just is a good family thing over there, and nothing. I can't say anything bad about it. So I'm trying to say. And Adam and Dex are good friends of mine now, and we've come to know each other through this YouTube thing. So I trust them, and I really would encourage you guys to go over there and check them out. So just because they got a bigger channel than me doesn't mean I don't talk about them, right? I'm going to send people their way for people that don't know who they are, which is going to probably be a little small amount of people here, but still, got to do our part, right? Anyway. So what do you got there? You got eruptions happening right here. This is from looking from Lasco C2, Soho. The satellite sits out right in front of Earth, about 1 million miles closer to the sun, and it's always looking at the sun. And this is on the 21st. Now, let's look at today. Okay, a little different, right? You're seeing these eruptions, and guys, when you see that like glitching going on here on the Coronagraph, what that is, usually it is the camera itself gets flooded with light. Okay? And it doesn't know how to handle all that light. That's why this black occulter disc is even there. Okay? Without that black occulter disc, we don't get any kind of image at all. It would just be solid white. So, yeah. So you can see what I would consider a partial halo happen. About right here, you see this? And what a halo is, it just, it encompasses the whole area around the occulter disk. You can see it coming out. When that happens, it's either coming right at us or going right off the back. This one's coming at us. How do I know that? Well, there's a couple ways, and I'll show you. We go look at a side view, and it's stereo A. There you have it. Okay? It definitely is north-south enough. Okay? This is a large area CME. Okay, and the width of it is also there. So we're gonna get hit with this. Now it's gonna be 2-3 days, maybe 4, depending on exactly how fast this thing is moving. But another way that we can tell is we can go to the models. This is the NASA Enlil spiral model, right? So what are we looking at? Top down, inner solar system, side view. Okay, this is a side cut. And this is our orbital line stretched out in a straight line. And notice, I want to point something out here. Okay, these red and blue boxes, that's stereo B and that's stereo A. This is the satellite I just showed you from the side. These are no longer side views, guys. I'm sorry. They're just not. This thing is, the satellite is close enough to us now that I really think, hey, Gina, good to see you from Missouri. We're not getting hardly any backside view from this anymore. Okay? This is almost from our perspective from now on. These satellites are going to continue to migrate towards us. That's what they're supposed to do, right? They've already outlived their lifetime. Okay? So just understand that. These satellites will eventually probably be going away. And hopefully they replace them with something that we can, use. But have to, just wait and see on that too. But you can see the top-down view. Earth is a yellow ball. And yeah, it's getting ready to hit, right? It hits us. See that? And then the side cut. We're looking at 3 different axis points here, guys. And you have to get a directional perspective, right? So if it shows that this thing is hitting us on all 3 of these axis points, you got to understand that it's most likely going to hit. Okay? Now, one thing I want to point out, okay, all 3 of these, it is showing it hitting us. But this does not look to be at least very dense or moving very fast. So there's a good chance that it may not be all that powerful. I've seen things like this hit us directly head on and not even push us to, oh gosh, I mean, I've seen this not even get into storm level. It just really, a lot of it depends on the angle of our magnetic field. Okay? We talk about the BZ a lot. -6. That's such an important point to talk about here. Because little things with the proper angle can give us decent sized storming. Right? Big things with not the right angle, we won't get a storm at all. I've seen both. So it's definitely, a lot dependent on that. Okay? That direction of our magnetic field, if it's in a southerly orientation, that's when things get in more. Why? Because things come in easier at our poles. So when the magnetics are pointed towards the south, that means magnetic north is actually pointing more directly towards the sun most of the time. Okay, depending on what time, I'm not going to get into too much specifics there, but that's how that works. Okay, so we look for -6, right? And where do we look for -6? Let me I forgot to pull that one up, so I'll pull it up real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, right here. This is the Discover data. I like this a lot better than I do like the ACE data. It's pretty much the same data, and I'm not going to go into the difference here. This is just a lot easier to read. The BZ is this red line up here. You'll notice they know that -6 is what we're looking for also. So anytime this gets to -6, they will color this thing in purple up here, right? You'll see how this block is blue and this down here is kind of like a reddish pink color. They would make this purple if it was at -6. So I do find it kind of interesting that we're at a positive orientation right now, which means we're on a positive number, right? So that means we're actually angled the other way. So we would be in a position to kind of deflect things at that point, right? Now, we got days for this gets here, and sometimes just getting hit by these CMEs or coronal hole streams or whatever can actually, cause our BZ to move around. So we have to understand that. So this is the density, and you can see the density here. It's fairly high dense stuff right now hanging around. 4 is kind of what we consider normal. I hate to even say that, but because it does fluctuate. Again, a lot of it depends on our angle. I've seen us take a 30 on the density here and not even get hit with nothing. Nothing made it through. But then again, I've seen us be at like 3 and take a high speed hit and it put us into storm level. So we just gotta, we really gotta look at all these data points. Can't just focus on one. They all play together. Okay. And this is the speed here we consider 300 to 500 kilometers per second would be kind of the ambient norm that we would look for. Anything outside of that, we would consider that to be either low or high. But we do have an elevated density right now, and notice how it's kind of fluctuating. And how do you know that? Well, you can either look at the numbers, or when they kind of line up and make kind of what looks to be a straight line. See this? Instead of this, what I call popcorn. When you see popcorn like that, because when this thing takes a reading and it plots it as a dot. It's very much like the pixels on your TV. Okay, so if these things line up, if they're hitting the same density, you know, however many times that they're plotting these in a row, it'll look like a solid line. When they're not, when it's jumping around, it'll look like popcorn. So that's why I say that. The temperature is kind of elevated too, and we are looking to be in the storm levels here in the next few hours, at least according to NOAA. So we'll go take a look at that real quick before I move on forward with this. Let me update that right here. Okay. G1 storm, the same we're going to get to a KP of 5, which for all intents and purposes, I'm not even going to explain what the difference is there because there isn't much, but a 5 on the KP is a G1 storm. Okay. We could see some, increased auroras and things like that. Nothing big. Okay. Nothing big's going to come from that. Unless SpaceX wants to fire some more satellites up there, right? No, I'm just kidding, by the way, because that's what happened to them. They fired in really low geomagnetic storm conditions, and a lot of their satellites dropped out of the sky on that launch. It had to be the perfect situation because there was a storm. We paused out for a minute, and then there was another storm, but they were both really, really low. And there's a lot of science behind that for sure that I'm not going to be able to explain to you. But essentially, a lot of times when we get these things that hit, it puts more particles, more dense particles, so it increases drag. Okay? And when you put drag on anything, what's it do? Well, it slows it down. It's friction. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that's what knocked these things out, why these satellites didn't make it into orbit, because there's a whole lot more to it. Okay? Hilly, buddy, you better just hit the rewind, brother. Just saying. Yeah, you're right. You're right there, Matthew. Dr. Tamitha Scove, guys, please go check her out. It's free college. You can ask Matthew. It's free college. Sorry, it's just what it is. It's free college that you can pause and rewind 100 times like I have to. You know what I mean? But she does an awesome job. She's been on the Weather Channel, actually, guys. I think a few times, talking space weather. So it's a good thing. Go check her out, guys. Awesome stuff over there. Check out Matthew, by the way, also. It's just, awesome stuff on his channel, too. I know he's still waiting on his fiber optics to get installed. It's probably ticking him off by now. But I like seeing his dog. His dog's pretty cool. Anyway, enough of that. So, 30% chance here, guys, of R1 or R2 storming. All right. Now, guys, when you see this stuff, don't freak out. Okay, please. I try my best to get people to understand what you're looking at here, and this is nothing more than just a glitch. Okay, it probably got flooded with light. All right, I'm going to hit play, and we'll see what happens here. My guess is it probably got flooded with light, or maybe some high-charged particles hit the satellite. And guys, it's a piece of equipment in outer space. Do we really think we're not going to have any issues? I mean, come on. Seriously? So we don't have to jump off the edge, is what I'm trying to say. Don't jump off the edge unless we need to jump off the edge. And right now we don't need to, because this is nothing. So you know, I wanted to show that because indefinitely that's just going to happen. Let's see. Oh goodness, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Did it? Okay. Yeah. See, it's exactly what it was. Matthew was talking about how it had a little bit of a sway on it because solar wind hit it. Okay. Charged particles. Plasma hit the satellite. It does not have the protection of a magnetic field like the Earth does. Okay. So these things are out here just getting blasted. So those things, they move. Okay? So I just, you know, and let me say this too, you know, just being completely how it was. When I first got into looking at this stuff, guys, that used to mess me up too. Okay? It did. I thought, oh my God, what is that? You know? And then you start looking into stuff, and it took me a while to come to the right conclusion, in my opinion, I have anyway. But I want to show you guys something here too. This glitch is actually showing you something that you don't typically get to see. This is the occulter disc. Okay, it's a physical disc on the camera, but check it out. You see this? That's the arm that holds it. That's always there. Now, I've seen people make videos saying, oh my gosh, look at that. And what they'll do is, because they will flip these things 180 degrees to increase the life of the camera and the lens. So what, you know, at some points it's orientated this way, other times it's orientated down here. Okay? That's exactly what it is. It's an occulting rod. Thank you, Matthew. When you see these glitches, it's a really good way to show you, hey, that's actual physical rod on the camera. So, and that is too. And its intended purpose is to block the corona, or the main light from the sun. Because without that there, like I said earlier, everything would be white. It just would be way overexposed. So, you know, guys, so just kind of keep that in mind when you're watching other things. You know, if somebody wants to call that something crazy, ask them why. You know, and I'm not going to say that they're not going to have a good answer, because I don't know. I just don't know. So, but always ask, okay? And I made big mistakes probably for a year on this, and you know, I've questioned maybe pulling some of my stuff down, and I leave it there so people can make sure that they know that it's okay to make a mistake, and that's the only reason why I leave it there. I promise you, okay? You know, looking at this stuff, and I would be freaking out over stuff like that. It's embarrassing to leave it there. You know what I mean? It does look wild though, doesn't it, Pamela? It does. No, I mean, for people that don't know what this actually is, or it's the first time they're seeing it, most definitely you'd be like, whoa, what is that? But it's just, yeah, Matthew. Yeah, for sure. And, you know, I just try to, you know, move forward and allow people to see my mistakes, because number one, what that does is it gives them a little bit sense of, hey, you know, he made a mistake, so maybe I could get into this and I don't have to feel so bad if I make a mistake. Right? And also, it puts a level of accountability on you. Right? So now you're saying, hey, I made this mistake. So now you're accountable. You're holding yourself accountable, is what I'm trying to say. And what that does is that is a very good characteristic of somebody that is being real with you, right? So the validity of what they're saying kind of right goes a little bit higher, right? So it's just what it is. So we have to, you know, and again, guys, there is a limit to what I would say that if I made like just a gross mistake that was going to cause people to do something crazy, right? Obviously, I would pull something like that down. But, yeah. But it would have to be something really severe. Anyway. Okay, so let's go over here. And this is ISWA, obviously. And, you know, I haven't even looked to see where that CME came from. I just looked at the coronagraphs and I knew that there was a CME, so I popped on here real quick. And I looked at NASA. Hey, Raven, what's up? Looked at NASA there and see what if it was saying it was coming at us, and they are. So trying to see. Now I did see this little area here right in the middle of the sun. That kind of popped up out of nowhere, and it was real small though. So I don't think it was that. My guess is it probably came from over here. Yeah, it's just my guess. But this sunspot over here, guys, we're gonna have to watch it, okay? That thing made it all the way around, and it's, you know, back facing us again. So, yeah, it does look like that flared there too, but I'm not seeing too much of an eruption. But again, guys, let's go look at the 211. I thought I had the 211 fired up here. I guess I don't. Well, let's just do this then. Refresh that. Come on. Change that. Guys, they changed this over here on ISWA. They actually added this drop down, which is really cool. So if you guys look at this tool at all, this is something fairly new. About a month ago they changed this. It's really cool. All you get is to change between angstroms. You just click on that and it does it for you. Plus it loads a lot faster if you've already loaded it once. Yeah, planetary alignment definitely matters, guys. That is something that is that's a good point, George. It really is. I oftentimes, I'm kind of remiss on that sometimes, and I kind of leave that behind, and I don't mean to. I just kind of assume most people understand it and they see it, but again, you know, it's just me doing what I do, and sometimes I forget that. But planetary alignments do matter, guys. You know, here the past couple days here, you know, this is Venus, this is Mercury, and we're all kind of lined up a little bit, okay, on the inner solar system here, because this is Earth. Now, I didn't look to the outer planets. You know, when Jupiter especially gets in certain alignments, it definitely can instigate things, okay? You know, so there's things that happen there, right? You know, you got magnetic fields moving, you got gravity to include there, and there's a lot of things going on here. So when things get in a specific straight line, it makes all of it matter. You know what I mean? Makes everything just a little bit stronger, typically, or it has a potential to influence the sun a little bit more. So anyway, okay. So this is the 211. That coronal hole there, guys. That's what's going to be giving us the. Let me refresh that real quick. Yeah, that's what I thought. That coronal hole there is going to be giving us the geomagnetic storm. Okay, we were already kind of bouncing around a little bit with higher speed and a little bit high density there, kind of reverbing around. But if you notice, like over here, go back up here, that's at 0. Okay, a 0 on the KP. That means just like no activity at all. Now, if we string that together, like throughout, you know, a 24-hour period, then we got to start talking about cosmic rays, because it lets the cosmic rays in easier when we don't have enough geomagnetism. So I've said this before, that the sun helps protect us from a lot of stuff from a lot of other places, but the sun also helps protect us from what? The sun. There's a balance there that we got to try to strike. And, you know, and most of the time we do a really good job about it. Tommy's in a hizzy. Pam, what's up? So yeah, guys, I mean, that is just, yeah. But these sunspots over here, it's significant, guys. They really are. These are not small ones. Okay? And actually, I can show you that too here. Let's go ahead and do that too. Let's go ahead and do because you can change it here too. They took all these off these tabs up here, and they put it all under one tab, so you can just you can function it right there. That's what I do, so it's pretty cool. But anyway, that's the sunspot that's going to be giving us the high-speed solar wind, higher speed, I should say. But as we move forward here, now see. I do think, that's what I thought, guys. I wasn't going to say it, but I did think that eruption came from the middle there, and it did. That's what it looks like anyway. Let's check the timing on it real quick before I go claiming that. Because I think that CME, or when it was detected on SOHO, was right around 8 UTC. So let's check that, see if that... Yep. See, watch this thing just kind of... It's not even there. See, watch. It's not there. So the sun can do what it wants, when it wants, and how it wants to do it. Sorry, it's the big dog. You know what I mean? So watch this. Okay? You see how the corona, it almost started to bridge a hole that was there. Watch. Now, I'm not saying that that's that eruption, because I can't really tell. But it did look like it erupted out there a little bit, but I don't know. I think, yeah, I'm not even going to say I know yet, because Matthew's in here. He probably knows. This is the first time I'm looking at it, guys. This is kind of like an impromptu thing for me right now. Sorry. We got some time to talk about this and research this out, is what I'm saying. But the solar storm we're getting ready to have is coming from this coronal hole, which started over here. So, but I also want to point out, guys, we got another coronal hole over here. So things are going to continue to move, move in this direction. Hey, Kenley. Hey, Leisure, what's up, bud? Hope you're feeling better. Okay, cool. Guys, yeah, when I end the stream, go check out Matthew's channel, please. Guys, you guys are doing yourself a disservice if you don't go over there and look. My God, he's got some great graphics over there and does an awesome job with it. Hey, Mark, what's up? And as always, guys, you have to go check out the lifeboat. Ain't that right, Tommy? Please go check out the lifeboat, guys. I mean, it's just awesome stuff. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, I can do that real quick if you want me to. Not a problem. I'll do that real quick. Let's do it this way. Let's take it over here. We'll go check out Matthew's channel over here. So if you come over here, he's a veteran, by the way, and thank you for your service. I say that every time because I think we need to show respect for that. This is what you're going to see, guys. Check this out. Look at this. I mean, this is so cool. I can't give you this definition. It's impossible. I don't have the equipment to do it. And so just know that as something I can't give you. And not only is he showing you this stuff in detail, this is a 24-hour live feed. Yeah, I'll drop the link there in a second. Let me oops. Made my chat box like 20 pages long. Let's just minimize that for a minute. Okay, so let's do this. Let's share this right there. All right, we can do this, right? Okay. All right, here you go. Here is Matthew's link. Okay, so they're in the chat, guys. So yeah, guys, please come check him out over here. You guys are doing yourself a disservice if you don't check it out. You really are. It's just good stuff. And he's even upgrading to fiber optics. Okay, he's in the process of that. So in other words, I would imagine he'll have the ability to 8K with fiber optics, if not more. You can't broadcast that out on YouTube because YouTube won't let you do it. But yeah, guys. So, yeah, one of my mods ban that account, would you? Hold on, I got it. Stupid porn sites, man. Stupid. Okay, yeah. Anyway, there you go. Stupid porn sites. Anyway. So that's that right there, guys. That's Matthew's channel. Go check it out when the stream's over. Okay, so let me take you back here real quick. So that is going to be hitting us, and we got a couple days for it before it gets here. Now, again, this coronal hole, we're going to connect it too. All right, so let me. Yeah, I'm having a hard time with that. It almost looks like that came from there, but man. And sometimes when they're this hard to see, a lot of times they're not that strong. So, yeah. And the dark places here, guys, it's not a hole in the sun. Oh, you can see the filament lift off? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check that out in a second. Oh, is that what you had up on your channel? All right, here, we'll go back over here to it. Where was it at, Matthew? Was it from down here, or was it a filament that was like kind of dragging across here? Let's see. Yeah, see, I mean, when he's got definition like this, sometimes it's even hard for him to see it, and myself. We look at this stuff all the time too. Yeah, it's a filament release. It didn't come from a flare, so trying to see it. Yeah, guys, just go over to Matthew's channel and give him some traffic. I mean, honestly, right there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, he's showing it to you guys right there. You see it right there? He's got that little little Frankenstein looking guy. It's pretty cool. See, we gotta have fun with the stuff too, you know? So watch right here where this guy is, and it'll... Yeah. Yeah, that's a hard one to see, isn't it? So, it's there, though. He's seen it, and that's what we're talking about here. And, so yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay. So that's where it's from. Go check his channel out, guys, please. So yeah. Let's do this too. I'm gonna go do this real quick. I usually have this all staged up, guys. I am sorry that I don't. Again, guys, I had a really good call over on Marfugal last night. It was really fun to be over there talking with Adam and Dex. If you guys go over to marfugalnews.com, they added a friends page, and he's putting people like myself on that page. You can go sub and check out people that that he trusts and that he gets behind. He put the lifeboat on there too. And again, guys, this is not space weather. This is real life. Okay. This is addiction, and we got to be, we just got to be on top of this kind of stuff. And I fought it. I've been in recovery for 11 years. I'm one of the fortunate ones that have never relapsed. Okay. And it's because of my family. If you knew my family, you knew my wife, if you knew my kids, you knew my mom and dad, you wouldn't even have to ask me why I'm still sober. It's them. Okay? I know people say you got to do it for yourself, but I am doing it for myself when I'm doing it for them. Okay? So just understand that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a link to this one because my counselor, Cindy, oh my gosh, she did such a great job. She was one of the bravest things I've ever seen on the internet. Not even kidding. Yeah, there goes that music. Let me mute that. Sorry. So I'm going to share this link here. Please go check this out. She lost her son to an overdose 2 years ago, and she's fought an alcohol addiction. And she found her son and tried to give him CPR. Actually aspirated some of the fluid, and she ended up in the hospital for 5 days the day she lost her son with pneumonia. Okay. And she shows a picture of her son in this live stream here when he was 11, and made one of the most profound comments I've ever heard. If she'd have known that was going to be his middle age, things might have been a little different. You know what I mean? And that's what she was saying. So please go over here and check this out. If you know anybody that's in addiction, that is fighting it, or you just yourself are, or if you have family members, you just want to know, you want to learn. Basically it's an online group, and we've got each other's back, guys. It is, yeah, I mean, Miss V, Miss V's beat a lot of stuff too, guys. She's over there. Awesome stuff. Well, right here she is in the chat over here. See? The chat replay. She's right here. It's awesome. But Tommy, Tommy's my brother. And we try to get you help. If you need help, we will find you help. I promise. Okay? Let me go see if I can't. Because, she asked if she could do this. And that almost made me feel bad. She shouldn't have had to ask me that. Ask me and Tommy if she could show a picture of her son. So, that's what I would say. Okay? Yeah. So come over and check this out. It's not even all about the addiction. It's just about knowing something, that somebody's there for you. And she's been through so much stuff. And she's still making a positive impact on this life. Okay? And I would dedicate, anything I'm saying from this point on about this to her son. If that hadn't happened, we wouldn't have been able to hear her story. It's helping people is what I'm trying to say. So You know, Cindy, I don't know if you're going to listen to this one or not. I don't know if you watch this channel or anything, but just know that we appreciate it so much. And I know I told you that at group today, but, you know, hear it again, and you know, it was really brave to do that. So, anyway, please go check this out, guys. I'm going to share it again. Copy. And, yeah, might want to bring your Kleenexes because it is kind of a tearjerker. So, just saying. But it's powerful. So, anyway, CME's coming, right? 2 or 3 days from now, we should be getting hit. Go check out Matthew's channel, guys. It's to see the filament release. And then this Corona hole, we are going to be getting probably into storm level here in the next few hours. Okay? So that's why I'm here showing it to you. And, yeah. So there's really not a whole lot of other things going on. And I will mention this. This sunspot is the one that made it through. It went all the way around the backside and fired a lot off the backside. September, guys, I want to say this too, is actually, believe it or not, is a high area or a high time for solar activity. We get a lot of big solar events in September. And there is science behind that. I'm not going to go into that right now, but just wanted to point that out. I'll tell you what, these freaking porn sites, man, they better just get the heck off my chat. What we got here? Yeah, it's right, Hilly. Throw that axe down. Throw that blue wrench. Hit him in the head. Oh, you have an accident there? Yeah, it happens. Raven might have actually did it or somebody else. That happens, guys. Sometimes we accidentally, the mods will hit the wrong button or something. My mods are awesome. Just so you know. Hey, Bubba News, what's up? But anyway, guys, go check everybody out. This is that sunspot. I'm not going to go into this. Please come over here to spaceweather.com and check them out. They do a lot of good work. They're talking about the same things I was just talking about. Dr. Tony Phillips does a really good job over here. Come check it out. Also, you know, like I said, Matthew Scope, The Lifeboat, Marfugel, Ripper, anybody else that's here. So, yeah. All right, guys. God bless. Hey, Bubba. Good to see you, man. Sorry you came in here a little late. Go check out his channel, too. I think Bubba News has got a channel, too. Right, Bubba? I know you shut yours down for a while. I can't remember if you fired it back up or not, if I remember correctly. But anyway, guys, God bless. Yahusha saves. And, yeah. Hopefully y'all can still drink this Kool-Aid. What do you think? Let's drink the purple Kool-Aid today. Look at that.